Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. In the previous episode, we pretty much finished off the facility apart from this workshop that is yet to be completed, but overall we got to a point where we have finished off the prison and got it to a spec that we originally designed for in the beginning. So overall pretty happy with that, and if nothing else, it is fairly good on reform and one of the best, if not the best, facilities we've made when it comes to cash flow. It's one of the most profitable prisons we've made, considering the size as well, which is only a medium map. So overall pretty happy with that. However, we're not done. In this episode we want to talk about and indeed expand the prison on the left hand side, and we'll get onto that later, but also I want to do a couple of things in terms of changes and improvements across this area and just try to get back to some little rough edges that are still left here, and most of this has been suggested by people in the comments. So not an exhaustive list of all changes that people want, but hopefully fairly representative and overall positive. So first things first, I'm going to actually connect the power in this workshop. I know some people are a bit concerned that this workshop is a bit pointless because we already have people there. I actually agree. It's mainly been put in there for symmetry, but if we do get any more prisoners with the expansion, which is likely, then hopefully that'll work out. So anyway, let's just go ahead and do some changes around the facility. So I want to firstly add in some laundry machines here. So 1 and then 2, and then obviously run the pipe work in there as well. That should hopefully improve that. That was originally planned, I just not got to it. Secondly, in the bakery, I want to put a metal detector there. And this has been suggested for a long time, and I've just forgot about it. So apologies, that should now be all sorted. Also, I want to go to deployment and assign dog handlers, and assign a dog handler to each of the visitor areas because, well, you should always have someone in there just in case it kicks off, although it's, you know, it's a medium risk facility, the chances are fairly low, but also having the dogs in there means they might be able to smell any contraband, so it just increases the chances of us finding some contraband there. And because of that, I'm also going to hire a couple more dog handlers, 1, 2. There we go. I may want to change a couple of people. This is is that the psychologist? Or yeah, that's a psychologist. That's fine. I want to change a couple of things as well potentially in security. Now, this is something I didn't really think of, but a couple of people have suggested that when people come out of solitary, they go through the security room, which is not, you would think would be a problem, but when you go over to your intelligence and then dangers, you can see that jail keys, batons, cigs and lighters can be stolen from this area. So that's a potential problem. Now, I'm not convinced it is, because if we look at the last 7 days, let's just see how much has actually been stolen from that security room specifically. And obviously a lot of things have been stolen, a lot of things have been brought through, but I don't think anything has been stolen specifically from that room. I'm not going to check this one because it's recently been built, so the chances are that if it's going to be stolen from somewhere, it'll be there. And I'm just going to, as I said, quickly go around, and it doesn't look like anything really has been nicked from there. So no, I'm really not seeing it. There's a grant there, grant completion, and I'm guessing that was the workshop one. So yeah, pretty good. But no, I'm not seeing it. I'm really not seeing anything being stolen from there. So yes, we could put metal detectors there, we could put dogs there, but it's no more dangerous than, say, I don't know, the gym here or anywhere else. And that sounds like a bit of violence. Where's that at? Oh. Well, I was about to get to this side as well and do some things in here. Do some changes. A couple of guard responses there. Try to stop this. What I was going to do is put a guard patrolling in here, and it seems to be needed. Anyway, those guys are being taken out. The table tennis table, I'm going to dismantle that, and also over here, I want to put in some common rooms. I don't think I need to designate this as common room, but I am going to designate it as common room just for reasons mainly. And in here I'm going to put some prayer mats, and again this is directly from what people have suggested, that prayer mats in here will help to fulfill the spiritual needs in here, which is a valid point. Similarly, weights benches. I want to put a set of 6 weights benches in there where that was. So hopefully that will sort this area out. Okay, good. We also need another couple of doctors because we've been having ODs and we need more people, being helped out. And finally, when it comes to our regime, we want to have a little bit more free time. And I'm going to put it right at the start there. And I'm also going to go through our programs to just do a big sweeping pass across that, just to make sure everything's okay. Speaking of programs, though, actually we want to check out grants and what other grants can we get? We do have carpentry apprenticeship program, so we can run that if required. However, I'm seeing this reform program research. 20 grand advanced payment, 30 grand completion bonus. Preliminary studies have shown that programs that are able to reduce violent tendencies and decrease conflict offer one of the best opportunities for prisoners to successfully reintegrate into society. Set up a series of reform programs to investigate their positive effects. The objectives are enrolment of 10 prisoners into the animal therapy and 1 person pass it, enrolment of 10 prisoners into 3 strikes program and 1 person pass it, and enrolment of 10 prisoners in reform prisoner consultation and then pass it. So let's see if it retroactively assigns us those things, because I know we've done the animal therapy one. So we pick that up and thankfully it does. So enrolment of 10 prisoners into animal therapy and have 1 prisoner pass. That is now done. Enrolment of 10 prisoners into the 3 strikes program, 10%, and have 1 person pass the 3 strikes program, not so much. And then finally, enrollment of 10 prisoners into the reformed prisoner consultation and have 1 person pass that. So anyway, what is our current regime? It is work/free time. I'm going to skip it ahead to 8 o'clock when they should get off work and do whatever they need to do. There we go, it's now lockup. So I'm going to check out our programs here. So workshop safety induction we are running. That is fine. I'm going to stop one of the kitchen safety and hygienes. I don't think we need to run that much. Foundation education program, a similar thing. And general education will pass. Behavioural therapy, it says we have no teacher there, and that's because, well, we've got other things running, so I'll stop that one. Pharmacological treatment to drug addiction, we always want to keep that going. Similarly for the alcoholics group therapy and the parole hearing. Spiritual guidance, we can run more. No, that's no point. Animal therapy, we definitely don't want to run 2 like that. Conflict resolution, you can see it says no room found. That's because I've reduced the amount of work/free time. You know what? I am going to put it back to... Do I want to put it back to what it was? If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9... No, I think we're going to have it 10 hours and have the free time where it is. And if we then reschedule all of that, it should be better a bit. There we are. So back down. Conflict resolution. We don't need to run 2. 3 strikes training we do want to run. Reform prisoner consultation, yes. Carpentry, I mean, might as well. Flower therapy, not yet. And 3 strikes program. Allowing inmates and civilian delinquents to interact should have a positive effect on both. Led by a chief in a common room. So that's a 3 strikes program, and we're running that as well, and then reschedule all. So that hopefully is a nice balance passing our programs, and that will help us out. In terms of needs, we'll have a quick look at that. We can see there is hygiene, exercise, and family needs, and indeed recreation. But we'll speed up to max speed and let the rest of it crack on there. This is still... Oh, it's not connected because I haven't actually connected it. So, that helps. I'm going to go over to our prison labour here and see about our jobs. We have, obviously, prisoners assigned all over the place. I'm just going to assign them wherever I can in these rooms here. Actually, you can see I've reduced this down to this amount, and this one we can have more in. Now, this was directly commented on by a couple of people saying that we should remove this and put a couple of different rooms in there, and similar, we don't need this one. I totally agree at this stage, but my plan when I was going to expand it, which, whoops, I've accidentally pressed the button, was to put another one of these cell blocks over here. And can we fit it in? It is a size of 38 by 13, and if we were going to put it there, it would go it's not going to fit in. I said 38, but it's 83, isn't it? It's 83, so it ain't going to fit in. Yeah, because if we did that, we would not have the wall. We'd have to have the wall go along and then around. Okay, that means I may put it this direction. Haven't yet decided though, but we've now expanded, and let me start running some of the walls here and the planning. Not that the wall seems to do anything these days. It seems to be pretty much useless, but we'll see what we can do. I'm still going to keep on with this theme here. So the inner side is the inner size is 12, so it goes 12 to there, and then you've got your wall. I believe that is correct. Let me double check. Yeah, that is fine. And then obviously we want to have this run up and then across, which I'll just run from there. Doing this in the dark is suboptimal to say the least. You knew I was going to say that, but there you are. Not want to disappoint. And that is now in. Okay, good. So lots of money in terms of consultation fees, in prisoners passing all manner of programs. I'm going to do a full shakedown because why not? So let's just see if we were to have that. Let's quick build. You're joking. Subsidence of the land has destroyed a section of the outer wall. So this wall has been destroyed. Okay, fine, I guess. See, ideally, I wouldn't need to do anything about that, right? Because, you know, I'm gonna remove it anyway. It's gonna be demolished. But having this as not staff only means they could potentially climb over, and I just don't want to be dealing with that one. There's a tunnel that's got just outside of the cell block. That one hasn't got that far, but it's still got further than I would like. And there we go. So they found booze ingredients, hammers, cell phones, needles, clubs, cigs. Nothing really that's like, you know, to get in a twist over. Right, foundations and remove tunnels. Clicky, clicky, draggy, draggy. And then we'll let them crack on with that. Good. I don't think there's any other changes that I wanted to make. Let me just try to think. Put those in there, those in there. That connected up, talked about that, keeping it. Same thing for here while we're not putting metal detectors. Over here we've got the bakery metal detector, and we do need to make sure that deployment is set to staff only on that area, which we can't do. Huh. Curious. I can't change that. And I don't know why. I will care about it later, because I'm going to put the walls in anyway. Alright, so over to our walls and doors, and then to our perimeter wall. And let's spend some cash. There for now, that should do it. And one prisoner to pass the foundation education course, and then I'll be happy with that. There's loads of people coming to the bakery and such. While they're all working now, let's see how many people are at the bakery and at the restaurant. Oh. Loads of people working there in both. Good. And early prisoner release rewarding. Release prisoners. One reoffended. We've got people working at the shopping mall. Cleaning agency. Lots of cleaning agencies and the restaurant. Okay. It says there's high levels of contraband. There's always high levels of contraband, apparently. It just is how it is. Oh. And why have they not removed those tunnels? I think because I went off the screen when I clicked and dragged it. But there you are. Apparently leaving that section of wall there is desirable for the workers. We're not going to micromanage them. We will let them crack on and do their own thing. There must be a reason for it. I'm not too sure if it's a good reason, but it is a reason. We have Reform Prisoner Initiative on the go still. Achieve 100 reformed prisoners after release. We're on 52%. In terms of grading, reoffending is at 9%. Punishment and reform are at 7. Security up to 3 and health at -1. So I don't know what we can do to knock that health up. Did that reoffending rate drop? It did, yeah. 8% now. Alright, good. Probably enough then to finish off our perimeter wall, I think. Now you might think, oh, it's a lot of money to spend on a perimeter wall. Correct. I think, you know, if you have a problem with that, then you should probably speak to the people who make perimeter walls and tell them to make it cheaper. I'd rather get the security put in first, and then obviously I'll remove this wall and then extend it to there. Or most likely put in this wall first and then remove the other one. And then we'll have a huge open area, which obviously we need to plan off. If this was, because I was going to quick build and clone this, if this was to be cloned, would we be able to rotate it that way? Yes, we would. Sadly, it wouldn't be really in an ideal place, it's always going to be off to one side slightly. Because of the size of it, you see? Because it's... yeah. Just the size of it will make sure it's not just not going to fit. Well, it will fit. It'll fit in there, no problem whatsoever. It's just that, yeah, it's going to be off to one side. The other option is to clone this side of it. And then clone the other side of it. We don't even need to do that. We can just flip it and rotate it if need be. And then connect it up in the middle. If it was one larger, so 84, would that fit in here? It would. It would go straight across this area. That would work out. My plan was, and I guess best time to talk about that is now, to put in death row. It doesn't seem to fit with this, but just putting it out the back out of the way will probably work. Have death row around the back. I also want a bigger yard. I want flower therapy on both sides, just to, you know, have a nice green grassy area. And then also things like a library and a mail room. And that will get us to almost 100% completion on that. That's what my overall desire would be, but we shall see. We shall see. At the moment we're just putting in the walls, which, as you can see, is a big job. And I just realised that one of our prisoners there was working with a weights bench, so those needs will be fulfilled now. Yeah. Just quick intelligence and informants. Just going to see if there's any traits that we should be worried about. I can't see anyone. I'm going to activate Tim here and Sean. And coverage is 57%. 85% coverage. These are being targeted, as you can see. But I can't see anything dangerous. There is that thing. Ooh. Grant completion payment. What was that? Would that be foundation education course? And then general education course? 2 passed. Yeah, 40 grand. Is that what it was? There it is. Reform through education initiative. Have 1 prisoner pass the general education course. 40 grand for completion. Excellent. Very happy with that. So, we got other stuff that we can pick up. Green machine. Not really going to go down that route. Same as eco-friendly. I mean, these are really good, but we've touched on that in previous series, and I don't think it's a thing we want to go for this time. Basic farming, no. Carpentry apprenticeship, possibly. I think cell block D. Increase the capacity to 200. Let's pick that up. Another option for us is have another type of cell block in here. And have it so we'll have the cells along this side. And then could even have another shower here. Maybe have an internal shower block. I'm just thinking of something different than just cloning this. Clone that there. I mean, I could put them along like that. No, we don't want to be going down that route. I don't think we want to be going down that route, to be honest. If I was to have this in like that, we could do grading, actually. Ah, now that makes it more interesting, doesn't it? Have these as graded cells. Have these as a 3 by 3 rather than a 3 by 2. I quite like that idea. I mean, we have grading on, I believe. Or have I knocked it off? No, we haven't got use cell quality ratings on. But if we were to have it on, we could have prisoners wanting to behave to get access to this. We may even go for even higher rated cells. So have a 4B3, like that. Is that possible? Of course it's possible. But is it reasonable? I don't see why not. See, have you graded cells here? Okay. And this could be a shower room. It's a big shower room, I'll grant you that. Or do we want the shower room outside, like we've done the other ones? Five grading in the far end. I don't mind it. I really don't. We'd have to open that up though. That's roughly the middle. 33, 38. So that'd be better, wouldn't it? 37, 33. And you come out here and go to another one of these showers. Probably clone that over. Yeah, that would go in nicely. I think I'll put it on this side, to be honest. Okay. I think that's a plan. Well, I'll rephrase it. It's definitely a plan. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's a plan. Current bank loan is 0, I just want to make sure. And our credit rating is maxed out. Valuation is over £500,000. So happy with that. I'm going to go to objects right down to the bottom and to sell object. And oh, we can't. We have to use dismantle. And I'm going to obviously dismantle all the trees. We need to get those dismantled and sold off. Don't have to, technically, I guess, but we are going to. And we have nearly 100,000 in the bank. More than enough for our needs. Policy for food is high variety. So that's good. Levels of contraband in the prison are out of control, apparently. I don't necessarily agree, but let's do a full shakedown. We'll see what it says. I'll also go for dismantling of, well, all of these walls. Or that wall across there. And then we'll put the other one in. But yeah, graded cells. Interesting. I'm going to go and unlock guard towers and legal prep and death row. We've got the money. We might as well do that. There's another tunnel. Nothing major, but something we have found. So I'm just going to pause it quickly there. So 637 places out of 650, and we found buttons, clubs, 2 needles, booze, 8 cell phones, 2 lighters, 4 booze ingredients, and 2 rolling pins. That's, I mean, for the size of the prison, it's not a huge drama, is it? Anyway, oh, looks like it's kicking off a bit. I'm just going to put this fence in and then go and check out to see what is going on there. Okay. A couple of prisoners have kicked off. And there is an unconscious prisoner there. Alex Eads. No reputation to speak of. I'm not seeing any reason for that to have happened. Extremely volatile, but he's not the one that's been fighting. Although, what are they doing? They've got their eyes closed. Maybe they just didn't like the violence. And there's another kick-off over here. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Actually, do I need to do that? No, I don't. Sign guards. Sign dog handlers. There we go. And we'll stop that shakedown. It could have kicked off because of this unnecessarily searched recently. It's the most likely explanation, I guess. It's kicked off there again. Unknown reputation. This guy's unconscious. And that guy's kicking off as well. That guy could have a worrying trait. There's some potential CIs. Let's recruit informants. I think I will activate some of these CIs. Just 3 of them. And then that should give us 100% coverage. 58% coverage, 89% coverage. Aha. Yeah. We have a snitch. Deactivate those. Deactivate those. Assign them to protective custody. And assign a cell. If you want to know if a cell's been assigned, you can go off to logistics and... where is it? Cell status. There you go. And you can see whether it's free or not free. So there you are. Quite useful. So prisoners. One there, and you. Assigned to that. I could assign these to the medium sec, but we also have some max sec people as well. And you see they get moved over. 2 ways to fix it, or at least the 2 ways that spring to mind. Do I really want to adjust sentences? No. We could reduce all these back down to the medium sec and then have this and this as medium. We could do it that way. Another way, and obviously if we did that as well, we'd have to make sure that in our policy we never put someone up to a different category of prisoner. Could do it like that. The other option is to use the custom sector setting and set that as medium and maximum. Those are the 2 options. I am of the opinion that we should probably do it the first way. Yeah, I think so. So all of our prisoners, which is going to take a little bit of time to do. Changing back to medium. And it means opening this box constantly. Right, normal speed. Medium. I'm just going to look around and see how many I can catch. Just by eye. Couple there. There's an eagle beak. We've seen them before in previous series. Can't see then what uniforms they have because they currently don't have any on. Because they're in the shower. Not surprisingly, a lot of the people that are in the solitary are high-risk categories. Who would have thought? Right, that's a quick run through. Let me see how many I missed. Only 2. So I don't think that's too bad. So they're still going to get the same punishment. The only difference is they're not being assigned to a higher category. Alright, that seems about fine. I will remove all tunnels. There we go. I'll have to put some flooring back in here as well, but I'll wait until the tunnels are removed. And now it's a case of double checking our policy. None, none, and none. Because I changed it for this one. And there we go. So we're not upping... We're not altering our policy. That's fine. Pro cutoff's fine. We're not doing any farming stuff. Yep, that's okay. They had the same access anyway, privilege-wise. This is not a 100% graded prison. That was never the intention, by the way. So even though we're putting grading cells in here, this is a new addition. I'm not going to say only have it so like the gym's available for certain categories of prisoners. I don't think I'm going to go like that. Anyway, over to our deployment. Medium. And there you go. I could assign to the rest of this, but there's no need. There really is no need. It's mainly so that our snitches, or anyone that's in protective custody, doesn't leave. And we've already got that as the right thing anyway. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. This has now been opened up. This has been sorted. Selling all the logs and moving them on. We are on Reformed Prisoner Initiative. Achieved 100 reformed prisoners after release. Yes. And enrollment of 10 prisoners in the 3 Strikes program. We've done 40%. Obviously not passed any 3 Strikes program, but we have passed the prisoner reform, or reform prisoner consultation. And obviously cell block D as well. Okay, good. So in terms of planning, this is fairly set in stone now. So it is a 73 by 14. So I don't even need to measure it really. It's 73 by 14. Because it's the size of this. Hang on. No, by 13. I was going to say, what? 13. Oh yeah, that's too big. Right. That's a good thing that I actually checked that. I was going to say, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, because it just comes from that. There you go. You get the idea. Right. At least we caught it in time before we cracked on building it. Because that would have been problematic. There you go. So that is our 2 cell blocks either side. I'm going to quite simply earmark that roughly for our death row. It's probably going to be smaller, but roughly that size. I need to put these showers in, although it doesn't need to be as large, I don't think. But I'm just going to clone it for the sake of ease. So it's a 30 it was. Do I just want to bring it to there, make it larger? Just for the sake of ease? Doesn't make sense though. Having it larger than this because that's got... Yeah. Now we'll just have it that size. Like that, and like that. So, that'll go either side. Just double check. It is 28. There you go. Move the central bits. That's fine. And then we want a bigger yard area. I think I'm going to designate this as yard. Got these walls messed up, haven't I? Really have. Yeah, there we are. But this is why we do the planning, so we can see the mistakes. Measure twice, cut once. A very good adage. A very good saying. So there's that. This will go along. And then, in no particular sort of reasoning, really. So this will be a yard, this will be a yard. We'll have something in the middle, and then I want flower therapy in a couple of buildings. Most likely, I'll have a building here. The amount of times I've thought I've clicked on yard and it's not done anything. Big building there. And then this will be our flower therapy either side. And then this is going to be mailroom, library, and a couple of the other things that we've missed out on. I don't think it needs to be that size. Mailroom. Flower garden, yeah. Don't need any padded stud. Library, yeah. Could even have a holding cell. We don't have a holding cell. It would be nice to have one. Either way, we probably want another common room around here as well. So, something like that. This is a very first pass. Everything can and will change. So, there we go. That is the tentative plan. I'm also very tempted to have this here. Have, say... That is a yard. That is a yard. And a very big flower garden in between. And I don't know what these buildings could be. Is that genuinely not clicking sometimes? I'm going insane. Yeah. Buildings, buildings, buildings. Flower therapy. Right in the middle. Lovely flower garden. Right next to death row here. Okay, we're leaving it there for now. That's a bit of Prison Architect. Happy with the rough plan. This was unscheduled or unplanned, the grading of the cells, but I think that will be a nice benefit. I think that will help it out. It'll help in reform, I think, because it means they are less likely to fight and kick off and do anything naughty, because then they don't have the days without breaking the rules, which means they're more likely to want to come and, yeah, well, they're more likely to follow the rules in order to get better cells. So there's that. So there's still a question mark over these buildings and what we're going to have and all that sort of thing, and also the size of this building at the back, which is our death row. So next episode we'll plan off death row and probably start building the other cell block. Either way, hope you have enjoyed it. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.